Oh gosh, I can't believe how good condition that is.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Tom. It's Tom's Toys 95. I'm a part-time eBay reseller and a video game collector. Now I've got what could be a really exciting pickup. I don't know quite yet how it's going to pan out. So I found a few Pokemon games on Facebook on a marketplace for sale locally. They were about the going rate on eBay. So they wasn't great prices. There's not going to be a lot of profit or wriggle room in here to sort of make money on. And to be honest, most of these, if I do buy them, are going to be for the collection. But I basically found a load of Pokemon games that someone's selling, mainly on the Nintendo DS. There's a few older ones as well. But the bit that really got my attention was the lady was selling them on behalf of her husband. And she has texted me to say that there's a few things in there that they haven't listed yet, so I'm curious to see what those are. So I'm going to head there now. I need to go to the cash point and get some cash out, and then we're going to hit them up and see what they've got. And just a heads up, it's about 6:37 p.m. here in the UK, and it is 2 degrees, so that's why I've got my hat and coat on, so please don't judge. Right, cash is out, the cash point. Let's go see what they got. As I said, I don't know what it's going to be like. We're going to negotiate while I'm there. I won't be able to get any footage, or at least I don't think so. If I can, I will, but I'm not going to lie, going into a random person's house and just starting filming or asking to film is a bit weird to me. So yeah, we're going to see how that goes. Maybe that I walk away with no games. And then this is obviously wasted footage, or I'll put this in the week of a life video. But hopefully we're going to get some games and we're going to see what I got. And the next thing you see from me, if I do buy any games, will probably be in my house. So yeah, let's go. Right, I know I said the next snippet was going to be in my house, but I'm just walking back to my car now and I can't believe what I've just picked up. I spent a lot of money. There is a lot of games in there that's going in my collection, so I'm not going to be selling much of this on eBay. And I even said to the guy, like, this is for my collection. I don't like lying to people. You know, I'm generally quite honest when I do a deal, if it's going to be resold or not. So he had them at eBay prices pretty much, and I said to him, look, I'll be honest with you, I'd be happy at sort of CEX voucher price. That way you make a bit more cash than they would give you. And he's sort of selling his collection. He's not looking to he's basically selling his collection, so he's not looking to buy more games with the money, so the voucher doesn't interest him, so he wants cash. So I said to him, I'm going to give him the cash price, so the voucher price in cash. So yeah, I picked up quite a lot of things. Some of them I did have to pay a bit. In fact, I'm going to stay by the light. Some of the things I did have to pay a little bit extra than cash for, the voucher price, because he wasn't quite happy with the voucher. You know what CEX are like, they sometimes they'll sell it for double the price and only give you half the price on a voucher. So some of the things I did have to pay a little bit more for, but on the whole I think I got a really good deal, so I'll show you when I get home. I'm just getting into the car now, and yeah, see you in 5. We are back home. I've got all the games that I purchased in front of me from the Facebook Marketplace pickup, and I'm so excited to show you what I got. I'm going to just say it now, I spent £530, which is way more than I intended. I took 500 with me, and that was being optimistic. I thought, you know what, I'm not going to spend that much, but just in case, she did say that they had more things that they hadn't listed, so I'll take a bit extra. I had some cash lying around in my room saved, and the bank obviously only lets you take, what, £250 out, so I took the maximum that I could possibly take with me, which was £500, and I spent 530. I had to transfer him some money, and there was still some stuff that I left behind. But the good thing is with this is that I've taken his number. I've said that I want to buy more of his collection. There's more games that he's going to be selling down the line. He's going to give me first refusal, so I've made a contact more than anything. So any other video game stuff, he's going to come to me first, and hopefully I'll get another good deal in the future. The only problem is, for me as a reseller, is all of the games that he's got are really good games that I don't really own. There's a lot of games on there that are on my sort of future checklist, if you like. I collect mainly PlayStation, PS3, PS Vita, and some Nintendo stuff.
but he's got a lot of games for systems that I do own and do have games for, but a lot of the games that I want that I don't already have. So if I was to make a purchase from him in the future, I would just want to keep everything. He is a collector himself, so I've been paying a fair rate or collector prices. So I'm going to go through everything I bought, and let me know in the comments below whether you think that I overpaid, underpaid, paid around the right price. Obviously, if I was to resell all of these, you've got to pay all your fees and postage and everything. So I don't think personally, if I was to resell all this, I would clear much more than what I paid, to be honest. But that's okay with me in this sense, because I've got such a good haul, and there's one real gem in here that I can't wait to show you at the end. So yeah, let's get into what I bought. So up first, I paid £25 each for these, and he did throw one game in because I was a bit sceptical of the legitimacy of it, and I believe it is fake. I've had a look. I'll probably add in a few snippets after the haul that I'll show you, showing what I think is real and what I think is fake, and why I think it's real and why I think it's fake, just to give everyone at home a bit of an idea. There are a few signs I've looked up online to tell whether it's genuine or not. So I think I've worked out what is genuine, and I think there's only one fake copy, and that is Pokemon Pearl. This is the sort of US copy, which is a big giveaway anyway because we're in England. So usually fake repro carts of these have the E rating, so that's just a big giveaway. But it doesn't mean it's fake. Like, just because of that, you know, you can get an American copy over here, but the chances are quite slim. There's no marking on top, and it just feels sort of cheap quality, so I'm going with that one as a fake. However, everything else I believe is genuine. So we've got Pokemon Heart Gold. This was £25, so I paid £50 for the 3. So the fake one still has some value. I can still sell it on eBay, but instead of it being worth £15-20 a cartridge, I might only get 5. So anyway, Heart Gold, £25. This should resell for around about £50 to £60. Price has sort of fluctuated a little bit, but I remember reselling one battered about 2-3 years ago during lockdown, and it was all the thing was peeling off, it was scratched, and I sold just that for £65 because it was legit, even though the sticker was all damaged. But I think prices have come down slightly, so that should resell for around about £50-60. This is one of the few games that I will be reselling, simply because I already own the box copy. I don't have the Poker Walker, but I bought a nice box copy, and it came with the outer box. It was just missing the Poker Walker, and I paid the normal price of the game because it was in CEX, and because it doesn't have the Poker Walker, they can't sell it for the Poker Walker price. So I got it at standard retail price for the game, but it came with all the packaging and box of the big version, so that was nice to sort of keep in my collection. So this will be being sold, so £50. This one, Soul Silver, I don't actually own this game, so I may look for a box and manual sort of case only on eBay to sort of make this complete, or I might sell this and then later down the line buy a complete one. But this one was also 25. Again, that should resale for around about 50 to 60. Up next, we've got 3 Nintendo DS games. These aren't Pokemon related, but they are Nintendo. So one of them I paid £10 for, which was Super Mario Bros. 64. Now, these are complete, so we do have the manual and the cartridge. There is some paperwork as well. I think it's missing some of the like Nintendo points cards, but otherwise it's got the manual and the cartridge. I think CEX gave him £10 on a voucher. He listed it for 10 anyway, so I said I'll give him £10 for that one. So I gave him asking price for that one. But then the next 2, he also wanted £10 each. CEX offered £8 on a voucher. I said to him I can do 9. I probably overpaid for these because I do own these, so these probably will be for sale. And again, I think after fees and postage on eBay, I probably won't make much money on these ones. But these ones might be sold as well. But we've got Mario Kart DS, and we've also got New Super Mario Bros. DS. Both of these have the manual in, and this one has the sort of Nintendo points card as well, which is nice. I think this one just has the manual. Just there. I may have a spare points card lying around, but otherwise it's still complete, or with the manual, not 100% complete though. So Up next, back to Pokemon games. So, which one do I do next? So, I've got quite a few in front of me. So then, the next few games we're going to go through all Pokemon. So we've got Pokemon Diamond version. This one is also complete. Now, I believe this one was round about £21 I paid for this one. So yeah, we've got Pokemon Diamond. That one's all complete on there. It's got a nice sort of sparkly cover. It's got the Nintendo points card as well. The next couple, I believe, were rounds about 45 each. I could be wrong, there might be 40 each. I'll have to sort of do the math at the end, but Pokemon Black version is next, and Pokemon White version. So we've got both black and white, and the black one is all complete with the points card as well, and the cartridge. And the white version, again, complete with all the inserts. We've also got the sort of manual as well. Really nice condition on both of these. There are a few little slight blemishes, like there's a little dink there, but otherwise they are pretty good condition. The next two I'm really excited for are these two. Now we've got a black 2 and white 2. Now these were the most expensive ones, other than the big one at the end. So these were, he wanted £70 each. White was £50 trade-in, and I think black was 55 trade-in. He wanted 60 each. I iterated that this one was only 50 trade-in and this one was 55, so I said I'd offer 55 for that one and 60 for this one. Now these retail round about 70 to 80 depending on condition, maybe pushing in the 90 bracket. Again though, I am trying to keep these in my collection, so if I can get away with not selling them I will. So yeah, hopefully these, you know, the aim is to sort of add them to the collection. Hopefully they go up over time, and then I might sell them in the future. But also, if I do want to get into playing the Pokemon games, so at least if I've got them on the shelf, I can play them. So we've got one more Nintendo DS game, one 3DS game, and one Nintendo console. So let's get into what we've got left. So at first we've got Pokemon Heart Gold version. This is a really nice condition copy. Has all the manual, insert, any sort of promotional material, and the cartridge. So I'd assume that's 100% complete. I will have to double check, but it's got all the paperwork and everything in it. There is some bobbling to the plastic, so it's like raised. However, I don't think it's on the cover art, so I can just swap the case over and put a nice new case on it. But the cover art seems fine. Cartridge, manual, all good. And the next one, Pokemon X on the 3DS. So this one, again, sort of got the points card, got the sort of manual sort of insert, and then you've got the cartridge as well. And that's really nice condition. So now the last thing is before the big game reveal is the console. So it's not a Pokemon console, it's just a standard sort of blue 3DS XL model. There's no box and no charger. He did have an unofficial charger which was plugged in the wall to show me it's charging. I forgot to take it. He never made it clear whether the charger came with the DS or not, so I will have to buy one, but there is some power in it. I've tested it all, it's all working. CEX bought this discounted for £76 on a voucher, and a sort of normal one with a charger probably for £93 I believe, and then boxed was 106. So I offered 80, probably more than I should have. I looked on eBay, they go for about £90, but it is a really nice sort of condition copy. It is missing the stylus, so I wanted to put one of those up and a charger, but otherwise like it's good enough to collect, so it's almost tempting to sort of try and hunt a box down for it and keep it for the collection. But if I was to sell this, I should get back maybe £5-10 profit. I'd probably aim for about £100 on that one, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, I think I paid 80 for that one. Now on that note, there's one game left. Now this game, I saw it, and it's one of those games where you only see it in that condition probably once, maybe twice if you're lucky. I might find this game again,
And unless I'm looking for like a mint in box, complete sealed or something collector, someone that's specifically preserved that game, and they're going to be asking a hell of a premium for that. So for this one, the CEX voucher price was £101, and I offered him 105. And he accepted. He was happy with the voucher, but at the same time I could see him umming and ahhing, and for what the game is and the condition it's in, I said, tell you what, I'll give you 105. He was happy with that, I was happy with that. So without further ado, let's see the game. Now before we get into it, there's a slight snag in the corner. That is literally the only bit of condition that's like damaged. The rest is sort of like almost mint. Here we go. Most of you probably know what it is already, just from the colour. We've got Pokemon Leaf Green version on the Gameboy Advance, and to see this sort of cardboard box in this condition, obviously there's some slight blemishes. I'm not saying it's mint, but to see it in this condition, certainly I was shocked. I must admit I got a bit ahead of myself, and for some reason, just because it was green, I thought it was Pokemon Emerald at first, and I know that can be like a £300-400 game, so I got like too excited, and when I actually looked at the CEX prices, I thought it was like 157 trading, and that was because it was the Emerald version, and then I realised it was actually Leaf. Looked at the Leaf and was like, yeah, it's actually not worth as much as I thought, but it's still a really expensive game. So we got a little bit of damage there, but otherwise, like, just look at the condition of it. The box is lovely and shiny. The only annoying thing is on the back, there is a big sticker from a sort of video game store. Don't know why they would do that. But I can try and remove that with some sort of sticky stuff remover. I'll have to think about whether I'm going to take that off or not. But then we've got like the sticker seal's been cut with a knife. There's no creases or folds in it. This is still sealed on the bottom. So the outer box, beautiful. Let's see what else we got. So inside we've got the Pokemon Trainer Guide. Now flick through. Everything's perfect. There's no pen marks, there's no scribbles, certainly nothing ripped. There's a tiny little fold here, but otherwise not a rip, not a mark. That crease can come out, so I'm not concerned about that. We've got the wireless adapter insert that's obviously never been read, and then we've got this black Nintendo sort of safety guide, and then we've even got the Nintendo VIP points. And I don't know whether that would have been used or not. Let's have a look. Okay, so unfortunately it has been used. There's a code there that's been scratched off, but otherwise this is in really good condition. Got sort of a poster on the back. Got some Excite bikes, Donkey Kong, Pac-Man. There's my boy Link. Got Mario. Nintendo graffiti on the car. Wouldn't you just love to find some of those games in that condition nowadays? That is a really nice SNES Game Boy Advance SP. Oh sorry, NES, not SNES. But yeah, lovely poster. And lastly, you've got this cardboard tray, and even the games have got the bags. Now I've done all my sort of checks. There should be some like indents on this. The middle number here, I don't know how well that's going to focus. The middle number, that BPGP, that should match the number on the back, which you probably can't see because it's shiny. So it's AGB02, AGB there, we've got the Pokemon Leaf Green, see that sort of 22A indent on there, and if you look on the sort of motherboard, this is going to be difficult because there's no light. Let me have a look if I can get some light. And on the back, we're looking for those little metal things on the board, which are right there. So up next, we've got the cardboard insert. We have the adapter, which is a Game Boy Advance wireless adapter. Presumably that used to let you play with friends or transfer data or something, maybe transfer Pokemon to other Game Boy Advances. We've got the leaf green version cartridge, and both of these come in the little baggies, which is nice to see. If you lose these are so hard to track down, especially like original and authentic bags for these. That'll go in there like that. I'm pretty sure the game is legit. I've done a check, so we've got the little markings there. We've got there's the back, and you can see those 4 little metal here. You can see those 4 little metal things. That's a good sign that is genuine. On fake ones, that little bit of the circuit board doesn't exist. So yeah, really nice condition copy. And this one was £105. Let me know in the comments whether you think I overpaid or underpaid, or whether you know, I got a good deal. So you're probably wondering, or potentially wondering, why these cartridges are real or fake and how to tell. So up first, we have a genuine UK PAL copy of Pokemon Soul Silver. Now, if you pay close attention to these sort of 4 digits in the middle, they should match that on the back. So we've got IPGP and IPGP. Now you can get some fakes with that match, so then there are other methods to sort of, you know, verify if it's genuine, but straight away, if those don't match, then you know that you've got a fake copy on your hands. The corners here, down in the bottom left there, they tend to be more rounded on the fake copies, and the borders tend to be uneven. Very rarely you find sort of a genuine cartridge where the stickers are sort of misplaced. So this one, although it is slightly to the left, there's still a good gap there, and there's still a bit of a good gap there. And then the last way to check, on the top here, you can see this little ridge here. So those little ridges, they're like little sort of rectangles, indents. That's a good sign. So all genuine Nintendo cartridges should have these little indents. Now you may get fakes with indents, you may get fakes where they match, but rarely you will ever find a fake that matches all of that. And you can usually tell by the quality of the sticker as well. Sometimes the sticker is really blurry, so I don't know how good this zoom is, but it's quite good quality. You can tell by the colouring. So this is a sort of genuine card. Now, if we take a look at the fake copy, whilst this is an NTSC version, like a USA version and not a UK PAL version, there are a few differences. So straight away we've got the USA at the bottom. So USA copies will always say USA, and the UK or Europe copies will always have EUR. Now if you're in Australia, it'll probably say AUS. So back to this one. So as you can see, there's a big gap here on the right between the sticker and the sort of border, and on the left there's a very sort of minimal gap. The sticker in the bottom, whilst not completely rounded, it is slightly more rounded than the other cartridge. This middle number does seem to match up though, so if it didn't, this would automatically be fake, but this one does APAE. It does match APAE. However, when you look at the top here, there's no rectangle indent, there's no sort of markings on there, it's just completely flush. So I would go as far as to say this is definitely fake. And if we compare the two here, there's not really much difference. But on the back you can see a slight difference. So The genuine one seems to have a more sort of shiny and thicker font. So the NTR031 there, it's quite a thick font, but you can see the reflection and the glare off that, so there is a shine to it. Whereas the fake one, it's very dull, has a slightly different font, and it's just not as prominent, and there's no sort of shine or reflection on that. So that is why I believe this one to be fake, and this one to be a genuine PAL copy. The last method, so there's only a few cartridges I believe that actually this works on, and these Pokemon sort of Heart Gold Soul Silver is one of them. But let's say you had a Heart Gold Soul Silver, or you had two copies and you weren't sure if one was fake and one was real. So especially with the PAL versions, I'm not sure if this happens with USA as well, but if you just get sort of like a flashlight and you shine through the cartridge, you can see that sort of pink translucent glow. That straight away means it's genuine, or at least it's more likely to be genuine. We don't know how good fakes are getting, but all the fake ones tend to just be solid. So if I show you the American one here, then there's no light passing through that cartridge at all. Now I'm not sure if the Pearl cartridge should pass through, but let's pretend it was a fake Heart Gold. The fake one, no pass through. The genuine one, pass through, and you see this sort of pink red sort of glow there.
So yeah, I thought the days of good Facebook pickups was almost over. Everyone knows to check Facebook Marketplace, Vinted, eBay, etc. So the second anything good is listed, it's usually gone. People obviously also know about eBay and Vinted and tools to research what their item's worth, so less people are throwing up a game for £5 that's worth 20. They'll do their research before. A lot of people know about CEX and trading prices, etc. So for me, this was a really good chance to get collector quality stuff at a slightly reduced price. So I'm very happy with the purchase. As I said, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you on the next video.